Today I discuss about renal system. What is renal system? It is one of the four excretory system in our body. The other three are bowel, lungs, and skin. The system produces, stores, and eliminates urine. What are the purpose? The first purpose is eliminate waste from the body, regulate blood volume, regulate blood pressure, control levels of electrocytes and metabolites, regulate blood pH. What are the components? What are the components of the renal system? It is kidney function, produce urine and filtering wastage and extra water from blood. What are the functions of ureter? The functions of ureter is convey urine from the kidneys to the urinary bladder. এটা হচ্ছে কিডনি, এটা হচ্ছে ureter, and এটা হচ্ছে urinary bladder, and at the end stage এটা হচ্ছে urethra. চারটে কম্পোনেন্টস এর মধ্যে কি আছে? কিডনি, ureter, urinary bladder আর urethra. Urinary bladder এর ফাংশন কি? Muscular reservoir of urine, and urethra কাজ কি? Conducts urine to the exterior. Next, we first discuss about kidney. Location in the body. A pair of organs found along the posterior muscular wall of the abdominal cavity, one of each side of the vertebral column, behind peritoneum, which is retroperitoneal organ. The ribs between 11 and 12 and muscle of the back protect the kidneys from external damage. 11 and 12. Left kidney is located slightly more superior than right kidney, and the left kidney is little nearer to the median than the right. Adipose tissue surrounds the kidney and act as protective padding. Next, the anatomy. The external features. It is bean shaped. দেখতেই পাচ্ছ এটা bean shaped এর হয়. It has upper and lower poles, anterior and posterior surface. At its superior end lies the adrenal gland. এটা কি? এটা হচ্ছে আপার পোল, এই পোর্শনটা। এটা posterior surface, এটা anterior surface. This is the renal artery, renal vein, it is the medial border, renal pelvis, ileum, medial bladder and lower pole, and this is ureter. It has lateral and medial bladders. এই যে এটা হচ্ছে lateral bladder আর এটা হচ্ছে medial border. Lateral border is convex and medial border is concave. The middle part of the medial border is depressed and it's known as ileum. This is. Kidney macroscopic structure. দুটো পিকচার দেওয়া আছে, একটা হচ্ছে ফটোগ্রাফ আর একটা হচ্ছে ডায়াফ্রামটিক ভিউ। ফটোগ্রাফের মধ্যে আমরা কি দেখতে পাচ্ছি? মাইনর ক্যালিক্স, মেজর ক্যালিক্স, এটা ছোট এটা বড়, রেনাল পেলভিস, মেডিউলা, and cortex. This is the ureter, renal vein, renal artery. আর ডায়াফ্রামটিক ভিউয়ের মধ্যে ম্যাক্রোস্কোপিক স্ট্রাকচারে কি দেখতে পাচ্ছি? এটা কি? এটা হচ্ছে প্যাপিলা। এইগুলো কি? renal pyramids. Those are under the renal cortex. This is the renal capsule. This is the renal medulla, ureter, renal pelvis, minor calyx, major calyx, and done. Next, microscopic structure. Uriniferous tubule. Microscopic structural and functional unit of the kidney. It is made up of nephrons and collecting tubules. Each kidney contains over 1 to 2 million of nephrons, thousands of collecting ducts. Renal cortex, তার মধ্যে কি আছে? Bowman's capsule, glomerulus, proximal tubule and distal tubule, and loop of the Henle and collecting ducts. Structure of the nephron. Nephron functions through ultrafiltration and reabsorption. In the Bowman's capsule, what is the Bowman's capsule? Bowman's capsule. And এটার ভিতরে যেটা আছে সেটাকে বলা হচ্ছে glomerulus. এটা হচ্ছে distal tubule. এটা হচ্ছে to the ureter, যেটা যাচ্ছে to ureter, তারপর যাচ্ছে ব্লাডারে। এটা হচ্ছে collecting tubule. This is the loop of Henle. Kidney structure এর মধ্যে under হচ্ছে medulla and cortex. And this is the proximal tubule. এটা proximal, এটা distal. Bowman's capsule কি হচ্ছে? A cup shaped structure at one end of nephron. Glomerulus, a cluster of capillaries surrounded by Bowman's capsule. Proximal tubule কি হচ্ছে? Segment of nephron between Bowman's capsule and loop of Henle. What are the distal tubule? Segment of nephron between loop of Henle and collecting tubule. Loop of Henle, descending and ascending parts. And collecting tubule consists of series of tubules and ducts. Next, ureter. There are two ureters, one attached to each kidney. Ureter is divided into two parts. Abdominal part upper half, pelvic part lower half. From the site of origin to the pelvic brim, from the pelvic brim to the entry to the urinary bladder. এরকম আসে, আর নিচে থাকে ব্লাডার, আর এখানে থাকছে আমাদের কিডনি। এই আসছে ইউরেটার, নিয়ে আসছে কোথায়? এটা হচ্ছে ব্লাডার। The ureter is about 10 to 12 inches, 25 centimeter long. It is 25 centimeter long. In the average adult, the ureters are thick-walled muscular tubules composed of fibrous muscular and mucous coat, which are able to contract. Next, cross-sectional area of ureter. Microscopic structure. 3 layers of tissue. Inner layer, transitional epithelium. Eta. Middle layer, inner longitudinal muscle. Eta. Outer layer, outer circular muscle. এটা হচ্ছে এটা। Next, urinary bladder. The urinary bladder is a hollow muscular organ that collects and stores urine from kidneys before disposal by urination. Urine enters the bladder via ureters and exits via the urethra. In child, it is an abdominal organ till the age of 6 years. It begins to enter the enlarging pelvis at 6 years of age. It is found entirely in pelvis at puberty. Position and capacity. In adult, empty bladder is pelvic organ. This is accommodates about 300 to 500 ml of urine. Distended কি হচ্ছে এই যে distended কি বলছে is in circular shape, bulges into abdominal cavity. Interior of the bladder, internal anatomy বলছে এই দুটো কি হচ্ছে ureter, যেটা হচ্ছে ওপেনিং, যেটা দিয়ে কি হচ্ছে আসছে ইউরিন। এটা কি ট্রাইগন, এটা হচ্ছে ইন্টারনাল ইউরেথ্রাল অরিফিস, আর এটা হচ্ছে ইউরেথ্রা, যেটা দিয়ে ইউরিনটা বেরিয়ে যাচ্ছে। Ureteric openings at the upper lateral angles of the trigone. এই lateral angles এ হচ্ছে internal urethral orifice, যেটা হচ্ছে এটা, at the inferior angle of the trigone. Trigone কি? The posterior wall shows a smooth triangular area called trigone. There are no mucus folds in this region. Next, wall of bladder. Histology. 3 layers of tissues. This mucosa layer, detrusor muscle layer, and adventitia layer. Mucosa layer containing transitional epithelium. It lines the hollow lumen, rugi, and transitional epithelium allow bladder to expand and it fills. Mucosal membrane consisting of surface glycocalyx that protects cells beneath it from urine. Middle layer, detrusor muscle, thick muscle layer remains relaxed, allowing bladder to store urine, contracts during urination and release urine. Outer layer, fibrous adventitia or serosa, a thin membrane that covers the top part of the bladder. Adventitia, loose connective tissue that covers areas of the bladder where there is no serosa. And perivesical fat, a layer of fat surrounding the bladder. Urethra. Urethra is a duct extending from the neck of the bladder to the exterior at the external urethral orifice. It transmits urine from the bladder to the exterior of the body during urination. Main difference between male and female renal system. Males এর ক্ষেত্রে কি বলছে 18 to 20 সেন্টিমিটার, and female দের ক্ষেত্রে 3 to 4 সেন্টিমিটার। এটা কি ইউরেথ্রাল লেন্থ। এটা দুজনের ক্ষেত্রে এটা হচ্ছে ইউরেটার, this is the bladder and this is the urethra, যেটা হচ্ছে ফিমেলদের ক্ষেত্রে বলছে 3 to 4 সেন্টিমিটার লং, বাট মেলদের ক্ষেত্রে ইউরেথ্রাটা কতটা 18 to 20 সেন্টিমিটার লং। Male urethra কি আছে? The urethral sphincter are two muscles used to control the exit of urine in the urinary bladder through the urethra. Contraction of this muscle seal the urethra. These two muscles are male or female. External urethral sphincter, internal urethral sphincter. Male urethra passes along the length of the penis before emptying. Male urethra is divided into 3 parts. Bladder, prostatic urethra, Membranous urethra, 2 centimeter passes through pelvic cavity, and this is 3 centimeter within the prostate. Spongy or penile urethra, 15 centimeter long, passes through penis and its lower side. Female urethra begins at the bladder neck and opens to the exterior just after passing through urethral sphincter. The female urethra is embedded within the vaginal wall and its opening is situated between the labia. This is the bladder, internal sphincter, external sphincter, and this is the urethra. External urethral orifice located anteriorly to the vaginal opening and posteriorly to the clitoris. Internal urethral sphincter, detrusor muscle, thickened, smooth muscle, and involuntary control. And external urethral sphincter এর মধ্যে কি আছে? Skeletal muscle and voluntary control.